Hello everybody, I trust you're well. I'm Johnny Limpus and today I've got Simone Vincenzi with me. Hi Simone.
Hey, how you doing?
Really good, really good. How are you?
Brilliant, thank you.
Good stuff. So basically the purpose of these passion to purpose interviews is I look for people who I think are running companies or living a life with a real purpose, and I interview them to find out how they got into that. Now, I came across Simone, who is the co-founder of GTEx, which stands for kind of Growing Together Exponentially, which is a kind of coaches organization. And I basically was looking around the internet, kind of doing research because I'm new to the industry, and he was everywhere. He was on LinkedIn, he was on YouTube, he was really adding value to loads of people. And I found he's added value to me already by watching his videos, his podcasts, and I was like, there is a guy who clearly has a purpose. He's also clearly very passionate about what he does. I want to interview him to find out how he converted that passion into purpose. And that's what I want to do today, Simone. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, mate. That's cool. So really, really briefly, you didn't start off in coaching, did you? What were you doing before that?
Before I was involved in the catering industry, I started working in restaurants when I was 14 because I hated school. I hated every single day at school, and when there was the opportunity, unfortunately, my parents split up because my father was an alcoholic, and then there was no more money in the house, so I needed to get some money for my for my summer holidays, and I started working in a restaurant at 14, and I absolutely loved it. For the first time in my life, I found something that I was good at. I loved doing, and it wasn't dreadful like sitting behind a school desk. and that's how I started. And I became, at the age of 19, I became the youngest Michelin star restaurant manager in Europe. And that's how I arrived to London because someone hired me from London. They saw me working in a restaurant and said, "Hey, come and work in my Michelin star restaurant. He's in London, he's in Notting Hill. I'm sure you will have a great time."
Wow.
I didn't need to think about it too much. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I said, okay, yes, took the flight and moved to London.
Brilliant. So you came to London. Things are going well. Yeah. You're clearly passionate about catering. You're very good at it, clearly.
Absolutely.
Why the change? How come you ended up in coaching?
I got bored. Sometimes you listen to people and they have this story, which is I was doing something I hated and then I found my purpose. No, I loved it, but at the age of 22, I had almost a midlife crisis. And because if you think about it, I started working in catering when I was 14. So at the age of 22, I already had an 8 years career in the catering industry. And it was very intense because by the age of 19, I worked in more than 250 different restaurants. So when I do something and I'm on it, I'm full on. So it was a very intense career. And I wanted to find something different. But because I just got a diploma in scientific studies, which I hated, the only thing I was really good at was catering.
Right.
So my question was, what's next? I want to do something else, but I don't know what.
Right, so that's the bit I'm interested in. So you're a passionate guy. You've reached a bit of a kind of ceiling or a crossroads with where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to create something that's more tailored to what you find interesting and stimulating. So
yeah, I didn't find that stimulating anymore. And that's why I knew that I needed to change. Because I wasn't... It became a job.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I decided to change. And I said, before it's too late, let me find something different. But I didn't know what was it. So then I started reading books. I started going to seminars. I started going on YouTube. I went online and go on Google how to be happy. That's a lot of people start there.
So you started that. And
this whole world of personal development then opened up. So I didn't know anything about this.
So you love that, and then how did that turn into a career for you?
I remember I went to a seminar, and I just felt it. It was the same feeling that I felt when I started becoming a waiter. No logical reason, but I knew that was my place. I knew that this is what I was going to do. I wanted to become a speaker. I wanted to become a coach. I always loved talking in front of people. I always loved being in the center of attention. I'm a showman. That's who I am. That's how I was. That's why I was very successful in restaurant, because I was the show in the room. And the same applied to the coaching industry, but there was a deeper meaning. Here is about helping people being happy, helping people find what they love, helping people reaching their goals. And that's why I started running and starting my coaching business and transforming it in a career, because I just felt it. I said, yeah, that's my calling. I didn't need any more explanation. I felt it. I said, yes, I'm going to study for it, and I'm going to become the best coach I can be.
Brilliant. So you basically reconnected with that passion you felt at the start of catering. So it kind of was in catering, and then it kind of dipped a little bit, and then you were looking to re-find it, found it again in the coaching, personal development world, knew you had it, committed to saying, right, I'm going to be a part of this. Now, how did the purpose of helping other coaches come about? When did that passion turn into what you have now, which is a very clear purpose to serve other coaches? I'm interested in how it went from
Absolutely
a good feeling to a kind of mission.
It didn't happen overnight, because before, like every coach does, I started coaching, helping people achieving their goal, which means everything and means nothing. But I started with that, and I remember I did more than 200 coaching sessions for free, and I wanted to be sure that I was doing the right thing. And I think that I was looking around, and there were a lot of people that were claiming themselves coaches and gurus, and I knew more than them. And but I knew that if I want to become the best, I needed to put on a solid groundwork, and that's what I did. And then I started helping people. Finally, I found that purpose was what I was passionate about, helping people finding their purpose and talking to people. That's what kind of people I attracted. And I developed a system to help people finding their purpose in 7 questions. I tested it on more than 2,000 people, and I did seminars with thousands of people, and it worked every single time. And from there, we were growing our company, helping people finding their purpose and using this system. And something that I teach, talking about purpose, is that your purpose is not always the same. You change, and your purpose changes with you. Or the purpose change, and you change with your purpose. I still haven't figured out what comes first.
So what would you say your purpose is now? What would you say your purpose this week is moving forward, Simone?
Well, this week, right now, my purpose is to change the way the personal development industry is perceived. That's what I feel my calling is. Because there are a lot of people, there is a lot of dirt in this industry. There are a lot of people that claim themselves to be gurus, and they are not. And it's something that pisses me off massively. And I found that through GTEx, we are able to, and the work that we do, we are able to help those people that actually are willing to put the work in. We help those people that they are the real experts, or that they are willing to put the work in to become experts, so that the industry will have a good life. Because there are a lot of people that don't believe in this industry, in particular people that are external. They're very skeptical, and the reason why, a lot of people have been scammed, and there are a lot of scammers around.
Absolutely.
And I want to make sure that this industry is kind of clean, is pure, and it's a beautiful industry. It changed my life. It changed the life of millions of people, but also screwed up millions of people.
Yeah,
and I want that to stop.
I love that, and I just wanted to say also that there was that warm excitement when you first entered the industry, but also the purpose was also when you said it pissed you off that a lot of the industry is shallow, misleading, can be quite damaging to a lot of people. And so it's interesting how passion and purpose, there's a lot of positive, but a little bit of kind of anger and frustration kind of channeled it to say, actually, I want to move this forward. And I guess for me, that's when, it's really interesting to hear that story, Simone, because I think a lot of people want it to only be positive, and you're like, actually, there's certain things that need to be changed, and I want to be part of that change. And I think that's what I kind of get from a lot of the stuff you put in.
Absolutely.
Now, I only want to be brief because basically, we get a snippet of what you're about here. If people want to find out more about you, what's the best place to find stuff?
The best way to connect with me for every coach or every speaker that want to grow a six-figure coaching and speaking business is to, well, check my website. You can see it, I think, probably at the top of my banner there, which is www.gtex.org.uk.
Cool.
So www.gtex.org.uk. And then I run a podcast called the Explode Your Coaching Biz Show. So it's the Explode Your Coaching Biz Show. That's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher. You can find it also on our website. And that's where we interview experts like you're doing right now on how to grow. They are already running a 6 or 7 figure coaching businesses, on how to grow and scale their business.
Brilliant, Simone. Thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to helping you with your purpose to clean up the personal industry. All right.
Thanks a lot, and thank you for what you're doing. It's great, Johnny.
Cheers, Simone. Take care. Bye-bye.